This video is a heartfelt tribute to the legendary wrestlers we've lost, celebrating their unforgettable contributions to wrestling and the lasting legacies they've left behind. Their passion and dedication continue to inspire millions. We also share emotional updates about The Undertaker, whose recent news has touched fans worldwide. Join us in honoring their incredible lives and reflecting on their impact. Don't forget to subscribe to keep their inspiring stories alive for generations to come. Absolute Andy, born on September 22, 1983, was a celebrated figure in European professional wrestling, best known for his commanding presence and charismatic performances, particularly in Germany's West Side Extreme Wrestling, WXW. Over the course of his career, he became a cornerstone of the independent wrestling scene, thrilling fans with his in-ring versatility, magnetic personality, and powerful storytelling. Andy's wrestling style combined showmanship, technical prowess, and raw energy. Whether playing the hero or the villain, he knew how to captivate a crowd. Signature moves like the A-Class and his classic taunts became staples of his matches. His influence extended beyond the ring as he played a pivotal role in promoting events, mentoring young talent, and helping to shape the future of European wrestling. His passion for the sport and his efforts to grow the wrestling community earned him deep respect across the industry. Sadly, Absolute Andy. According to confirmed reports, he died from complications related to a sudden cardiac event. His came as a shock to fans and peers alike, as Andy had remained an active part of the wrestling scene, both on-screen and behind the scenes. The loss sparked an outpouring of tributes from across the wrestling world, with many highlighting his kindness, humor, and deep love for professional wrestling. Absolute Andy's legacy is one of inspiration and dedication. He was not only a standout performer, but also a beloved mentor and leader. Though his passing leaves a void in the wrestling world, his influence and the memories he created will live on in the hearts of fans, colleagues, and the many he inspired during his remarkable career. Sean O'Haire, born on February 25, 1971, was an American professional wrestler and television personality, best known for his work in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. With his striking appearance, undeniable charisma, and athletic talent, O'Haire quickly carved out a place for himself in the wrestling world during the early 2000s. Trained at the renowned WCW power plant, O'Haire made his professional debut in 2000 as part of the faction known as the Natural Born Thrillers. Teaming with Chuck Palumbo, the duo captured the WCW World Tag Team Championship, showcasing their dominance and in-ring chemistry. O'Haire's potential seemed limitless, and when WWE acquired WCW in 2001, he was among the talents brought over during the infamous Invasion storyline. In WWE, O'Haire reinvented himself with a mysterious persona, delivering cryptic vignettes and the memorable catchphrase, "I'm not telling you anything you don't already know." Though his character intrigued fans, inconsistent booking led to a stop-and-start career. He later worked in developmental territories and had brief stints in the ring, but never reached the main event status many believed he deserved. Outside wrestling, O'Haire explored kickboxing, MMA, and acting, making appearances in films and TV shows. Unfortunately, behind the scenes, he battled personal demons. He struggled with substance abuse and depression, issues that deeply affected his post-wrestling life. Tragically, Sean O'Haire died by suicide on September 8, 2014, at the age of 43. He was found in his South Carolina home, and his was later confirmed to be the result of hanging. His passing highlighted the mental health challenges faced by many in the wrestling industry. Fans remember him as a gifted performer whose charisma and talent left a lasting impression on the sport. Brian Christopher, born Brian Lawler on January 10, 1969, in Memphis, Tennessee, was a professional wrestler best known for his colorful WWE persona, Grandmaster Sexay. The son of wrestling legend Jerry the King Lawler, Brian stepped out of his father's shadow to build a legacy of his own. He began his wrestling career in the early 1990s, performing in regional circuits, before making his mark in World Wrestling Entertainment in 1997. Adopting the Grandmaster Sexay character, Christopher brought charisma, humor, and high-energy performances to the ring. Alongside Scotty Too Hotty, he formed the beloved tag team Too Cool. Known for their flashy outfits, comedic skits, and signature dance routines, the duo became a fan favorite in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Together, they captured the WWE Tag Team Championship, delivering some of the era's most entertaining moments. After his WWE run ended, Christopher continued to wrestle on the independent scene and made occasional returns to mainstream promotions. Despite his success in the ring, he struggled with personal demons, including substance abuse and legal issues that followed him for years. On July 29, 2018, Brian Christopher tragically he had been arrested for driving under the influence and was found hanging in his jail cell in Hardeman County, Tennessee. He was placed on life support, but later died due to complications from what was officially ruled a suicide by hanging. His also raised questions, with some family members expressing concern about the circumstances. Though his life ended in tragedy, Brian Christopher's legacy lives on through his unforgettable performances, vibrant personality, and his pivotal role in one of WWE's most entertaining tag teams. Yokozuna, born Rodney Anoa'i on October 2, 1966, in San Francisco, California, was a legendary professional wrestler known for his immense size, surprising agility, and commanding presence. A proud member of the famed Anoa'i wrestling family, Yokozuna became one of WWE's most unforgettable characters during the 1990s. Despite being of Samoan descent, Yokozuna portrayed a Japanese sumo wrestler, a gimmick that, combined with his 500-pound frame and athletic skill, made him a standout figure in the wrestling world. He began his wrestling journey in the late 1980s and officially debuted in WWE in 1992. Just a year later, he made history by winning the WWF Championship at WrestleMania 9, defeating Bret the Hitman Hart. He would go on to win the title again later that year, solidifying his status as a dominant force. Yokozuna was famous for his devastating finishing move, the Banzai Drop, and his feuds with top stars like The Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan. His blend of raw power and unexpected agility made him a must-watch attraction in the ring. Even after his WWE run, he remained active on the independent circuit, continuing to entertain fans around the world. Sadly, Yokozuna, initially believed to have died of heart failure, an autopsy later revealed that the official cause of was pulmonary edema, a condition where fluid builds up in the lungs, often linked to obesity-related complications. At the time of he reportedly weighed over 580 pounds. Though his life was tragically short, Yokozuna's impact on professional wrestling remains immense. He is remembered as a true giant of the ring, both in stature and legacy. Curt Hennig, famously known as Mr. Perfect, was a second-generation professional wrestler renowned for his impeccable in-ring skills, athleticism, and magnetic charisma. Born on March 28, 1958, in Robbinsdale, Minnesota, he followed the path of his father, wrestling legend Larry the Axe Hennig, to become one of the most respected performers in the industry. Hennig launched his wrestling career in the late 1970s and quickly made a name for himself thanks to his technical precision and showmanship. His Mr. Perfect persona, complete with flawless wrestling moves, an arrogant swagger, and an unshakable confidence, became a standout character in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE. He captured the WWF Intercontinental Championship and was known for his iconic finishing move, the Perfect Plex, which symbolized his character's pursuit of perfection. In addition to his WWF run, Hennig also had a successful stint in World Championship Wrestling, WWE, where he joined the legendary New World Order, NWO faction. There, he captured the WCW World Television Championship and continued to influence the wrestling world with his veteran savvy and adaptability. Tragically, Curt Hennig. The cause of was determined to be acute cocaine intoxication, which was ruled an accidental overdose. His passing shocked the wrestling community and highlighted the physical and emotional toll the business can take on its stars. Despite his untimely, Hennig's legacy lives on through his unforgettable matches, innovative techniques, and the admiration of fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Mr. Perfect remains a gold standard in professional wrestling history, remembered not only for his flawless performances, but also for the enduring impact he left on the sport. Mr. Niebla, born José Manuel Guillén on February 22, 1973, was a beloved figure in Mexican professional wrestling, renowned for his charismatic performances and deep impact on lucha libre. Making his debut in the early 1990s, he quickly rose through the ranks with his signature mix of high-flying agility, technical skill, and comedic flair. His name, which means Mr. Fog in Spanish, suited his mysterious masked persona that paid homage to the traditions of lucha libre, while also pushing its boundaries with humor and showmanship. Throughout his career, Mr. Niebla became a cornerstone of Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre, CMLL, one of Mexico's top wrestling promotions. His unpredictable style, flamboyant entrances, and dynamic in-ring storytelling won over fans across generations. Whether wrestling as a fan-favorite technico or a mischievous rudo, he left an indelible mark on every match he entered. He was also known for his long-running participation in the faction La Peste Negra, a group famous for mixing comedy with high-level wrestling. Despite his success, Mr. Niebla faced personal challenges, particularly related to his health. He struggled with alcoholism, a battle that ultimately took a toll on his well-being and career. Tragically, due to complications from a blood infection, septicemia, which was reportedly linked to these ongoing health struggles. His sent shockwaves through the lucha libre community, with fans and fellow wrestlers mourning the loss of a true original. Though gone too soon, Mr. Niebla's legacy endures in the hearts of fans and in the continued influence he has on performers inspired by his fearless creativity and dedication to the craft. He remains a cherished icon in Mexican wrestling history. Rowdy Roddy Piper, born Roderick George Toombs in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, was a legendary professional wrestler and actor, known for his unmatched charisma, sharp-tongued promos, and unforgettable presence in the ring. Rising to prominence in the 1970s, Piper built a fierce reputation in various wrestling territories before exploding into superstardom in the 1980s with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. With his signature kilt, bagpipe entrance, and rebellious attitude, Piper broke the mold of the traditional wrestling hero. He wasn't just a villain, he was an anti-hero fans couldn't help but cheer for. His heated feud with Hulk Hogan, especially in the build-up to the first WrestleMania in 1985, helped bring professional wrestling into the pop culture spotlight and made him a household name. Piper's Pit, his chaotic talk show segment, remains one of the most influential platforms in wrestling history. Beyond wrestling, Piper showcased his talents in Hollywood. His starring role in John Carpenter's They Live cemented him as a cult film icon, especially for the immortal line, "I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." Tragically, Roddy Piper died in his sleep on July 31, 2015, at the age of 61, from a cardiopulmonary arrest caused by hypertension, with a pulmonary embolism listed as a contributing factor. His untimely passing shocked the wrestling world and left a void that still lingers. Inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2005, Piper's legacy endures as one of the most influential figures in wrestling history. His wild energy, razor-sharp wit, and fearless personality made him a trailblazer who changed the industry forever. Hot Rod remains an immortal icon of sports entertainment. Salvatore Bellomo, born on June 18, 1951, in Hornu, Belgium, was a respected professional wrestler whose career spanned more than 4 decades. Known for his energetic style and engaging persona, Bellomo rose to fame in the 1980s with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. There, he became a fan favorite, thanks to his unique blend of technical wrestling skills and impressive agility, which brought excitement to every match he entered. After leaving the WWF, Bellomo continued his wrestling journey in various promotions, most notably Eastern Championship Wrestling, which later evolved into Extreme Championship Wrestling during the 1990s. He also wrestled internationally, with appearances in the European-based Catch Wrestling Association and several independent circuits. Bellomo's ability to connect with fans across different countries made him a standout figure in the global wrestling community. Beyond the ring, Bellomo gave back to the wrestling world as a trainer, mentoring young wrestlers and passing down the knowledge he had acquired throughout his career. His dedication to the sport never waned, and he remained active in wrestling events well into his later years, becoming a beloved veteran of the industry. In his final years, Bellomo faced a tough personal battle with cancer. He was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer, which eventually spread to his lungs. Despite the diagnosis, he remained courageous and hopeful, showing the same fighting spirit outside the ring that he had always demonstrated inside it. Salvatore Bellomo. His marked the end of a remarkable life and career, but his legacy lives on through the countless fans and wrestlers he inspired. He is remembered not only as a performer, but also as a mentor, a pioneer, and a true gentleman of professional wrestling. In the world of professional wrestling, very few names command as much reverence, awe, and mystique as The Undertaker. Born Mark William Calloway, this towering figure has loomed large over WWE for more than 3 decades. Whether you first saw him at Survivor Series in 1990 or watched his dramatic retirement at Survivor Series 2020, one truth remains constant. The Undertaker is more than just a character. He's an enduring symbol of strength, resilience, and dedication. With his chilling entrance, ominous bell toll, and a legacy marked by supernatural mystique and gritty realism, The Undertaker is etched in the hearts of millions. However, like any legendary figure, myths and rumors often follow closely behind. In recent weeks, social media platforms have exploded with false and disturbing rumors suggesting that The Undertaker has due to health complications. Let us be absolutely clear. These rumors are entirely false. Mark Calloway, The Undertaker himself, is very much alive, and by all reliable accounts, doing well. This article serves as both a tribute to the man behind the mystique and a definitive clarification for fans worldwide. The Undertaker is alive, resilient, and still an inspiring force in the world of wrestling and beyond. The origins of a legend. Mark Calaway began his wrestling career in the late 1980s, but it was his 1990 debut in WWE, then WWF, that would forever change his trajectory, and that of the wrestling industry. As The Undertaker, Calaway brought a sense of fear and fascination. With his black trench coat, wide-brimmed hat, and stoic demeanor, he was a living embodiment of a horror film anti-hero. Managed by the late Paul Bearer and armed with signature moves like the Tombstone Piledriver and the Chokeslam, The Undertaker wasn't just a wrestler, he was a phenomenon. Over the years, his character evolved from a silent mortician to a supernatural force, and later to the gritty American badass biker persona, only to return to his original man form. These transitions showcased not just his creativity, but also his ability to stay relevant in an ever-changing industry. But while the character was shrouded in darkness and invincibility, the man behind the persona, Mark Calaway, was enduring something much more real: pain. The price of greatness. Injuries and sacrifices. Behind every epic match and WrestleMania moment was a man battling through unimaginable physical hardship. The Undertaker's storied career was not without its brutal toll on his body. Among the many injuries he sustained throughout his career: a broken cheekbone and fractured orbital bone. These facial injuries occurred during a particularly intense match, forcing Calaway to wear a protective mask for a period of time. The fact that he continued wrestling through such injuries is a testament to his toughness. A severely nagging back injury. Years of high-impact bumps and slams inevitably wore down his spine. The Undertaker often performed while dealing with this chronic pain, rarely letting fans see the discomfort behind the curtain. A broken ankle. Rather than take time off, he famously competed on this injury, even walking to the ring, albeit with a noticeable limp, to uphold his commitments. A sliced ear. In one instance, a stiff blow in the ring caused part of his ear to split open. Bloodied but undeterred, he continued the match. Multiple muscle tears. From biceps to shoulder strains, The Undertaker's body has endured countless setbacks. Yet, each time, he returned with the same intensity, reminding fans why he is regarded as one of the toughest men in the business. Perhaps one of the most significant health challenges he faced came later in his career: hip replacement surgery. Years of leg drops, high-impact landings, and punishing matches had left his hips deteriorated to the point where mobility and daily comfort were severely compromised. The surgery was both necessary and symbolic, a moment that marked his transition from in-ring competitor to legendary elder statesman. Despite these medical hurdles, The Undertaker never sought sympathy. His mantra remained simple: you lace up your boots and do your job. His resilience wasn't just physical, it was mental, emotional, and spiritual. He wrestled through pain because he believed in the business and the fans who supported it. Saying goodbye on his own terms. After 30 years of awe-inspiring matches, The Undertaker officially retired in 2020 at Survivor Series, the very event where he had debuted 3 decades earlier. In a fitting and emotional ceremony, WWE paid tribute to his incredible legacy, and fans around the world shared messages of love, respect, and gratitude. The retirement wasn't marked by a grand match or a final epic battle. Instead, it was a quiet, symbolic moment, with the famous bell tolling 10 times as he walked away into the darkness. just as he had arrived. It was, in many ways, the most Undertaker-like goodbye imaginable. Since then, Mark Calaway has taken on a more visible public persona, engaging in interviews, participating in WWE documentaries like The Last Ride, and even appearing at conventions and fan events. Far from fading into obscurity, he has continued to influence younger generations of wrestlers and inspire legions of fans who grew up watching him. The viral rumors setting the record straight. Recently, disturbing rumors about The Undertaker's health, including outright hoaxes claiming he had died, began to spread online. These stories, shared widely across social media, created a wave of confusion, grief, and panic among fans. Such rumors are not just irresponsible. They're deeply disrespectful to both Mark Calaway and his family. False reports are sadly not uncommon in the world of celebrity, but that doesn't make them any less damaging. Let's be perfectly clear. The Undertaker is alive. There is no truth whatsoever to these viral claims. He has not, nor is he in any critical medical condition that should cause concern. All available and credible reports confirm that he is doing well and enjoying his retirement. Mark Calaway has earned the right to peace and privacy in this new chapter of his life. As fans, it's our responsibility to support him with truth, respect, and gratitude, not to contribute to hysteria born from baseless online chatter. Why these rumors spread and how we can stop them. In the age of viral misinformation, a single poorly sourced tweet or Facebook post can snowball into a full-blown conspiracy theory. Add a celebrity as iconic as The Undertaker to the mix, and you have a recipe for a digital wildfire. Misinformation often spreads faster than truth, especially when it plays on people's emotions. That's why it's essential to approach sensational claims with skepticism and to verify news through credible sources like WWE, reputable sports journalists, or direct family statements. Let's remember, behind the persona of The Undertaker is a real human being, a husband, a father, and a man who gave his body and soul to entertain millions. He deserves truth, not tragedy manufactured for clicks. Celebrating the legacy while he's still with us. Rather than fixating on false rumors, let's take this moment to honor everything The Undertaker has accomplished and continues to inspire. 21-0 WrestleMania streak, an achievement unmatched in professional wrestling history, solidifying him as the most dominant force on the grandest stage. 7-time world champion. Despite often not holding the title for long stretches, when The Undertaker did claim gold, it felt significant and earned. Pioneer of match types, Hell in a Cell, casket match, buried alive. The Undertaker wasn't just a participant in iconic matches, he made them legendary. Locker room. Leader. Fellow wrestlers often speak of his role as a mentor, a leader backstage, and someone whose respect had to be earned. Cultural icon. Even non-wrestling fans know The Undertaker. That's a level of fame reserved for very few. Looking ahead, the dead man's legacy lives on. While he may no longer be active in the ring, The Undertaker's legacy is far from over. He remains a frequent guest at WWE events and a highly requested name at fan expos. His wisdom and presence behind the scenes will undoubtedly shape future generations of performers. Furthermore, his influence stretches far beyond the ropes. Mark Calaway has become an advocate for mental health, physical rehabilitation, and spirituality. He has shared his personal transformation through faith and family in several interviews, showing fans a different but equally inspiring side of the man they once saw rise from coffins. In conclusion, The Undertaker is alive, and his legend endures. Let's put all falsehoods to rest. The Undertaker is alive, well, and still standing tall, just not in the squared circle. He may no longer strike fear into opponents with a single stare, but his presence remains a source of admiration and awe. He is more than a character, more than a Hall of Fame-worthy wrestler. He is a symbol of enduring spirit, proof that resilience can outlast even the harshest physical challenges. To all the fans who panicked upon seeing those rumors, take heart. Your hero is still with us. And to those who continue to spread falsehoods, we urge you to respect the truth and the man behind the legend. Let us not wait for tragedy to celebrate our heroes. Let us support them in life, honor them in truth, and carry forward the lessons they taught us: strength, perseverance, loyalty, and respect. We love you, Undertaker. Rest, but not in peace. Not just yet.